ready.
Okay, guys, today
Okay.
we have a special guest
Yes, sir.
in the house. Our first ever podcast, all the way from India,
Okay.
the Kettlebell King,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Parag Mhetre.
Yes,
Give it
sir.
up. Give it up, guys. Come on. Give it up.
Beautiful, Mr. Parag.
So, Mr. Parag, tell us something, a little bit about yourself. A little intro.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Meltdown team, and thank you for inviting me here in Nepal, Kathmandu, for conducting several workshops and certification program.
Yes, sir.
I feel honored.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And before we get on to PT details, kettlebells is my passion, and I've been lifting kettlebells for now for 10 years.
Wow.
And the main idea to start with kettlebells is to start teaching kettlebells all over the India now. Overseas is to create the awareness for the kettlebells and for the kettlebell sport.
Awareness. So, like in Nepal,
Yeah.
kettlebell is like, people don't know about kettlebells.
Yeah.
You know, in the gym it's like dumbbell, barbell.
Yeah.
What is kettlebell?
Hmm.
You know, the mixed martial arts scene, they use it,
A
but
little
we
bit.
don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
They
So-
use it, but they don't really know how to use it. They just use it to do the basic swings and all. Then they start
Yeah.
coming up with lower back pains. And basically,
Yeah.
there's no few drills in the day. So basically, धेरै कुरा थाहा हुँदैन उनीहरूलाई. So kettlebells, and that's why basically. But the interesting thing about Mr. Parag is like he came from a blue collar background. No?
Oh,
He was
yeah.
a mechanical engineer before.
yeah. Tell us something
Worked-
about that as well.
Okay, so I'm a mechanical engineer, but even before doing mechanical engineering, I did a couple of diplomas, which is diploma in automobile and diploma in mechanical engineering. So after finishing my 10th class, I was more inclined towards getting into automobiles. That was the initial passion which I developed.
So,
Simultaneously, I was also into sports in school.
Yeah.
In school, but I was not really sure because I was not really having any mentor for me to guide. So, so I started drilling more of automobile stuff. So my father suggested me to do the diploma in mechanical engineering because my inclination was toward automobiles. So we did a little bit research, and then I completed 3 years diploma, and then just out of the interest, I spent 1 more year doing diploma automobile to learn what is auto engine, auto chassis, how the engine works, because bikes was my passion, and I wanted to make a Royal Enfield
You wanted to make
by
Royal
my
Enfield.
hand,
Oh.
that's nice.
which I made lately.
Yeah.
I'll come to that point.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
Interesting, man.
with my uncle.
Okay.
I'll
what's
come
up.
to that point.
Okay.
So, but that was after 20 years.
Yeah.
But
Still,
but
it
we
paid
made
off
that
all that
possible.
diploma.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there, yes.
Yeah.
So then slowly I started doing like sporting activity in school. I was pretty good in running.
So
and
you've been
other
an athlete
athletics.
all along, that means.
Yeah, started kind of both mix because always interested into sports.
So good at studies and good at...
Well, not
The other
really
things.
great in studies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An athlete is
More than
always
average,
off
for sure.
in
An athlete,
studies, you know.
Yeah.
It's more focused on, you know,
Yeah.
the athletic stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So then I started, my father suggested me that I need to get hooked up to some sport.
Yeah.
So I was inclined towards
Wow.
martial
So
arts.
martial arts.
Martial arts
okay.
initially in the school days. So if you ask me why martial arts, so Bruce Lee fascinated me a lot.
Oh, Bruce Lee is the
Yes,
man.
sir.
Be water, my friend.
Be water.
Into your
Yeah.
mind.
So I used to watch Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan movies a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you should trust this. I used to watch his movies maybe minimum 30-40 times.
Wow.
30-40 times
Same
a
thing
day.
again and again, again and again,
Huh?
again. Yeah.
What is the movie? The one where he wears the
It is the
yellow.
same thing.
Enter the Dragon.
Well, Enter the Dragon. There are a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan also there are a lot of movies.
Jackie Chan's good, yeah.
So
How
so
old were you at this time?
it's getting started with my career, 16, 17.
Oh, so it was this
Yeah.
time you started
Yeah.
watching the...
Yeah, and that's why I enrolled and started taking martial arts classes. And
So what form of martial arts are we talking about?
it was Kyokushin.
Kyokushin, karate.
Yeah,
Karate.
Kyokushin Kai Karate Do.
Okay.
So it's a Japanese form of art,
Okay.
which is more of a full contact.
Yeah. So it's contact sport basically.
It's a contact sport, yeah. But
Shout
yeah,
out to
it's like a
Japan.
martial art, so you have to first learn the basics, and then you fight once a week just to understand how you are doing with your techniques
Okay.
and with your conditioning.
Mm.
Nice.
So I started with that initial level, and then slowly I graduated to become a black belt
Okay.
after 10 years.
How long?
After
10 years.
10 years. Yeah.
10 years.
Damn, 10
That's
years
dedication.
of hard work, dedication.
Yeah, it
You
takes
know,
time.
fighting. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Hmm.
All right, 10 years.
So before even getting black belt in 1998, 99, when I was like blue and brown,
Yeah.
I represented India to Germany
Okay.
to play World Championships.
Hmm.
So I got silver medal and bronze medal.
So how old were you then when all this was
98,
happening?
99.
98, 99. So that is
How old were you?
how old
Just-
were you here? 98, 99. I was just born, man. 98, 99.
How old were you?
I was just being born at that time.
Yeah.
I was
So
8.
yeah, 20 years back.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I started my first sporting career,
Yeah.
and my first international tour was in Holland.
Okay.
So I was very excited, and then after doing the qualification here in India, playing several national competitions, my coach suggested me that you are eligible to go outside
Hmm.
and compete. And so I had a specialty which I would like to tell, and my coach mentioned that you have only one good specialty which can really help you to take to the heights in martial arts, and that was front kick.
Front kick.
Oh, the
Yeah.
front.
And it
tip
was
kick.
so solid that if the opponent keep the guards open, he would be out of the ring.
No.
It's right
it
in the
was-
solar plexus.
It was in the stomach and the solar plexus, and I would not miss a bit. I mastered my front kick. It was very hard, and I'm really proud of it because my coach mentioned that you're doing mawashi, you're doing reverse sweep, you're doing front kick, you're doing punch. A coach can master either one of that. Yeah, a athlete can master either one of it.
Like Bruce Lee said,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 practice a kick
Yeah,
1,000 times, not 1,000 kicks.
1,000 kicks,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's what you did.
Yeah, so that was my left arm punch and the front kick, which I really mastered and which really helped me to get
Excel.
several medals. But I know that's not
So
the way.
you told us that you had come to Nepal as well. That's a
Yeah,
long
that was
time
in
back.
1999.
So tell us about that experience.
Yeah, that was in Tamil only.
Okay.
And in 1999, that was a India versus Nepal fight.
Okay.
And we were 5 people from India.
Hmm.
And I got bronze medal there.
Okay.
It was also one of the brutal fights. I remember I played 3 fights, and my all shin and my thigh and my leg were like
Gone.
it was gone. I couldn't walk because it's a full contact, no guards.
Yeah.
So you had
No,
In
3 fights.
semi-contact.
3
I had 3
fights
fights.
in one day.
Yeah, in 2 days, I guess.
2 days.
2 days, yeah. So no, I
Okay.
think so. It was one day, morning, noon, and evening.
Three
Wow.
fights a day.
3 minutes fight.
3 minutes.
Oh,
fight.
yeah,
so
it's a
How many
kumite.
rounds?
No.
I think 2 rounds.
2
Okay,
rounds.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
In karate, you can't punch in the face. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
No, it is only the chest,
What
no
is the
chin.
body?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So yeah, so that was in 1999, and yeah, I mean, of course, it was not up to the mark as per my coach, but that was a very good experience because Nepal is very strong, guys.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
how did you go on to get into your profession as an engineer?
So as I was doing the martial arts, like then of course it was not really giving me the the main earning sources. Whether I to start the classes, I was not having the vision. I was not having a mentor.
True.
And I really wanted to do automobiles because, as I mentioned, even before starting, automobile was my passion, martial arts. So then I did engineering, and then in 2005 I stopped practicing martial arts. 2004 and 2005 I moved to US.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I started working in the US for 2 years, and there primarily my work was to coordinate with the India team. So I started engaging more into various fitness clubs there in the US, and in the US the fitness clubs are huge, and in India typically if you'll compare, it was like, wow, it's like so big.
Wow.
So that really enticed me to go to the clubs more often because then you can do several activities there. There were so many things. There were kettlebells. That's where the first time I encountered kettlebells. And then I started practicing just basic running, but not anything goal specific. But then when I came back when I came back and I and then I decided to do my formal education in fitness. So that's where I did my personal training certification in 2008.
How old were you at the time?
US itself.
2008, yeah. 10,
How old were you at the time?
30s.
In your 30s.
Yes.
And then you
So-
started.
Parag,
okay,
you
I'm
just
gonna-
said that you encountered kettlebell for the first time. So
Yeah.
you started getting into fitness. But what was it about the kettlebells that you were like, oh, this is my thing? Right? Because gyms there, dumbbells are there, equipments are there, you could do running, you could do so many things. Right? So how did you get into like kettlebell itself?
No, I just encountered, but I didn't had any purpose or a vision to learn this tool. But when I saw kettlebell, I said, "What the heck is this?" I mean, it didn't look like dumbbell because everyone when they
interesting looking
first see it, it was like, okay, it looked like a tool, but maybe was it the wrong design? I mean,
wrong design. What is this?
Mechanical
in
engineer.
the corner of the gym. What is
in
this?
the corner of the gym, one cannonball.
Something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
So were you married at that time? Or
No.
Okay.
No. So then I did my formal education in Pune, based out of Pune, and then I understood science. Oh my God! And then I understood a lot of things are there which are there to learn. What is muscle? What is adipose tissue? What are the different systems of the body which works? And why would any particular activity, for example, even if you're running, or for example, even if you're doing martial arts, how is that going to help your human body to be strong? The idea was to be physically strong.
So that's
you take the sources, whether you want to lift weights, whether you want to do martial art, whether you want to do yoga, but all these activities, is it really making you strong inside out?
Is the same,
strong.
basically.
As a man, we want to be strong.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As boys, like you want to grow up and be strong. And that's why we go to the gym. You know, a part of it might be to show off and stuff like that, but deep down inside, it's like we want to be strong. So that's how you felt.
Yes. But I had a lot of inhibitions about weights earlier. Until inhibitions, that is, I had doubts.
Doubts. Okay.
Yeah, but when I actually did the course, then I realized that, man, this is the thing, because ultimately, what happens when you become old? We lose muscle.
Yes, you lose muscle, you lose
when you
bone
lose muscle,
density.
what happens? We start looking older.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Start looking wrinkly.
Yeah.
So by the way, a quick one, just people out there watching this podcast, you can just guess Parag's age. You can put it on the comment. We'll come back to it in the end of it.
Don't come back. Okay. So what I mean to say is, then I realized certain things that in order to understand the aging, it's a big science. There is a nutrition, which has to be very important. There is sleep. There is relaxation. There is stress. There is exercise, optimal exercise.
So exercise comes in the fifth place.
Well, no, exercise comes on the first place. It is not in any given particular sequence, but these are the group of the things which really makes you,
healthy.
Keep healthy, physically fit, mentally strong, physically strong, etc., etc. But what I want to say is, when we are actually getting into this process of becoming stronger, many things we ignore. For example, we ignore sleep. For example, we consider our nutrition is good. At times, it's not. At times there is a lot of ego which comes in between, because we are not open to have any other things telling by any other coach. It's been now so many years I'm coaching, still people have their own set of things. This suits me, this is really good, I want to sleep for only 6 hours, ABC. There are a lot of questions. So
it's like for bodybuilders, it's breakfast, oats and eggs. Something like that. Basic thing. Now people stick to that. No one thinks about it. Why is it? What? Oats and eggs, right?
That's a staple nutrition. That's pretty fine, no problem. But then again, you need to understand the sources of the oats.
Okay.
You need to understand. See, I mean, eggs is okay. But then how about eating only clean in the breakfast? You can have breakfast via sweet potatoes. Think about it.
That's a different approach to it.
Yeah, exactly. So what I mean to say is, when we are talking about these five, six things we just mentioned. And we are talking about also aging, right? Because ultimately what made me think is that the ultimate thing makes you is lose muscle. You have to retain the muscle. Retain muscle is, exercise is just one part. There are so many other things which are connected. So when I understood this, then in 2008 I started taking the classes, basic fitness classes, personal training classes, and 28 to 2011 I was practically doing 2 jobs.
2 jobs.
Very few people know, but it's out in podcast now. It's fine.
No, for sure.
What's
First time in Nepal.
2 jobs as in what?
Secrets out.
I was working in the IT engineering industry, and then simultaneously also I was not doing anything wrong. which is
Okay.
fair enough.
Okay.
But I was doing this
Hopefully.
of course, never to do. But it was for 3 years.
Okay.
3 years I was doing
Two
hard
jobs.
work.
Simultaneously.
Yeah. It's like morning 6 to 11, 11:30. Then 11:30 to 2 o'clock was a break. 2 o'clock I used to go for the work because I was to work as per the US time.
Okay.
And then used to work till 11 o'clock. Then come home, sleep, get up at 6.
Damn.
So repeat the cycle for 3 years.
Yeah, shout out to all the people who does multiple jobs, man. 2-3 jobs to make a living, man.
It's very hard to switch the fields once you're into senior position in the company, because if you have an intention to swap or switch the gears, then you need to really make a plan.
Switch the gears. In
Switch the gears from engineering to fitness.
Oh, okay.
Switching the gears.
Change
Yes,
lane.
got it.
Yeah, switching the careers.
yeah,
It's like switching the career. So it was very hard for me.
Yeah.
But then, of course, there was a good support from my wife. And then we made a decision that, okay, let's jump into this. Let's see how it works. If not, I was still capable to go back into my industry because I had 7+ years of experience, plus overseas experience. So then I thought, let's take a plunge. So then in 2011, I decided to learn kettlebells from Chicago.
Learn kettlebells in Chicago.
Why kettlebells?
Okay.
Well,
yeah, that's the main question.
that's the question.
Why kettle?
Everything is out.
Yeah.
So I didn't wanted to learn kettlebells. I wanted to learn functional training.
Functional. That's what everybody wants to learn these days. Functional
And
training.
it's like, I wanted to learn functional training because everyone was getting into bodybuilding. I wanted to get into body weight training.
Okay. Calisthenics.
Calisthenics, body weight training because of my background of martial arts. I felt that I was lean, I was fast, I was flexible. I could handle this area of functional training like pretty easy in comparison
So
with the
do you
person
think
who's...
at that time you had something like, oh, if I lift weights, I might get bigger, I might get stiff?
No, I
Is it
didn't.
because of
I
that
didn't have
reason?
that, but I was doing strength training. But I didn't had those.
Because a lot of people
inhibitions.
have that. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
Concept.
that's the new age
Yes.
concept.
Yes.
The old age is like to be strong, isn't it?
So what was your concept of functional training back then?
I felt functional training means I want to use some equipments, which is free hand equipments, and use body weight training and prepare the entire program around it.
No machine.
No machines. No
why?
machines,
Why?
but the weights.
Yeah.
Weights in the sense is like dumbbells,
Some resistance,
well, kettlebells and
Resistance bands.
resistance bands, medicine balls,
Okay.
and prepare a program, and then calisthenics, body weight, pull-ups, calisthenics, like which also has probably like body floor exercises.
Okay.
Because I felt that not many people are there into this field. That was way back in 2008 to 2009. Everyone were there in bodybuilding.
Okay.
I mean, still today they are.
Yeah, still today.
And which is fair enough because that's a very huge field.
Yeah.
And but I thought that I was always thinking niche. I was thinking about the speciality.
No.
And then when I started researching about kettlebells, coming to your question, is I understood, man, this is something else. I mean, I didn't thought that kettlebell is only for kettlebell swing. You can do kettlebell. I mean, there are so many exercises. I was Googling, and then I came down to kettlebell sport. I said, what? I mean, how can a person weighing 65 kilogram lift double 62 kilos for 10 minutes, man? Easy like a machine or what? I mean, it was insane. So and then I understood that it's like, very high cardiovascular system, very high, good strength. I mean, I would watch people lifting for 10 minutes and I would again rewatch the video, same video. And I used to get astonished that,
Be inspired, motivated.
Yeah. So we guys are there in this workshop.
This is like Bruce Lee's of the era. You have seen Bruce Lee movies so fast. With the blink of the eye, he'll get the kick out. And I mean, of course, that's why
I think we
Bruce
have
Lee
had
is
just a
Bruce Lee.
glimpse of it, though.
Yes.
In the workshop, no? So
Yeah.
we have done a little bit and it's tiring. You can see the difference.
Yes. No, why I'm referring Bruce Lee because he's the main source of inspiration for many martial artists, including me. And coming back to the kettlebells is like I then understood. Then I thought that let's learn kettlebells and kettlebell sport. Then I just tried to research and understand something where I was staying in the US close by because I knew that area, Detroit, Chicago, Kalamazoo, and that area because I had driven down that area. I could be more comfortable, Ohio and all that area. And then I found one coach in Chicago. And then I mentioned to my wife, let's go here. She also had a company down there. So,
So she was with you in the US? Your
Yeah,
wife?
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
And she was supportive?
Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we went there and then stayed there for a month. Well, of course, the course is only for 2 days, but then I requested the gym owner that, sir, please, I want to come to your gym and learn more. Be there. You do your stuff. I'll just sit in a corner. I just want to
watch and learn.
I mean, that's how I am. Because I'm here to learn. I'm going to pay you for the course, but I just want to stay here for 28 days. And back then was daughter with me, so we both used to go there. So
Okay, so your daughter, you had the daughter also there?
She was 2, 3, 4 months.
Well,
I don't know,
damn.
she was 2 years, sorry.
I guess she's exposed to
28,
kettlebell from a
2011,
very young
3
age
years,
then.
4 years, yeah. So we used to walk and then, on the streets of Chicago, and then I used to tell her, so this is US, you are here. Of course, she was very small, but then she was watching me doing kettlebells and learning. She was sitting in a corner, but children they grasp things fast. Yeah, now she's lifting 16.
Yeah, no, that's what.
Yeah.
She's been exposed to it from a very young age.
Yeah.
Like 16.
Yeah,
16
she started lifting 16 kilos.
16 kilos. How old is she right now?
She's 14.
14, man. She's lifting more than her age also, man.
Yeah. She's good with 12.
Yeah.
Now she just recently started with 16 kilos.
Yeah.
So, and she'll do good for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
So, so it's the kettlebell sport that got you very fascinated and you wanted to try this, because people have different some people have bodybuilding, some people have marathon, some people have this, and you had kettlebell. Knowing that the kettlebell sport was very small all around the world, in India there was I don't think so there were any kettlebell. So to take that leap of faith, how much do you think your surrounding, like your family, your wife, your kids, your family, the support, how important was the support?
The support was great because I was in sports from my childhood.
Yeah.
So it didn't took me a long time to convince them to get into the sport because of the martial arts. And most important is because of the martial arts and my consistency of the training, I had a bigger advantage of my cardiovascular system being very strong.
Yeah.
So when I started lifting kettlebells, it was initially easy. It is just the technique which you have to make a sharp. But to be very honest, when I started lifting kettlebells, the prime aim was not to get into the kettlebell sport, but to understand the kettlebell training itself. It's a different world altogether. So whether kettlebells can be used for bodybuilding, whether kettlebells can be used for the calisthenics, whether the kettlebells can be used for the yoga people. Because I was into education, that's how I started EKFA. So primary purpose was to teach kettlebells, not kettlebell sport initial level.
Okay.
And then when I started teaching kettlebells in 2 years, many people started lifting kettlebells. Then my aim grew a little bigger, and then I started promoting kettlebell sport in India.
So that was after 2 years.
2013.
After 2 years.
Yeah, we first did our first competition in 2013, 2012, 2013.
Okay.
And it's been 10 years now. So 2013 we conducted first national competition in association with Body Power Expo. Body Power Expo is the largest expo in the UK.
In the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they wanted to start. This basically started their expos in India in 2013. And then they approached me that whether you can have the show. I said, okay, I can have a stage show one, and then we can have the competition. And plus we'll have the athletes all over the India competing in the expo. So then we signed an agreement kind of thing, and then we get started. So that was our first exposure in India. It was a huge success.
So,
it was a huge success in
Indian
2013.
crowd took it properly. So they took it well. The Indian crowd.
It was good. So 2011 when I started promoting, so that's where I learned kettlebells from Chicago. And then I started promoting here in India. And then initially I started promoting the kettlebells via courses, conducting the certification programs. And then slowly it grew to various cities of the India.
Okay.
And now today, of course, we are close to completing 500 workshops.
500 workshops, huh? Nepal is one of them, huh?
Well,
And
4
Nepal.
countries means UK, Singapore,
Exactly.
Sri Lanka, and Nepal,
And
of course,
Nepal, huh?
and it's growing.
So can you give us like a little like back history on kettlebell, of like what you know about
So
kettlebells?
kettlebell is the national sport of
Yeah,
Russia.
Yeah.
So you
Never
can tell us
thought
a little
about
bit
that.
about it.
Have you guys thought about that?
No idea. Didn't know kettlebell was a sport also
Whoa.
properly.
You're telling us something about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I read the book
Yeah.
he gave yesterday, and then it was written. So back in the days in Russia, kettlebell was used as weighing down groceries.
Oh.
When
the
you weigh.
alternative weight for the weighing. Yeah.
Yes, and then so after the market was closed in the evening, people they used to come and then pick up the kettlebells to show strength or be like, oh, I'm strong, who can do this, and then that's how it started.
Interesting.
And that's really fascinating, to hear that story.
Yeah.
So this is the national sport of Russia.
Yeah.
So it's very popular over there.
Yes.
In any other countries around Russia, how popular is kettlebell? Like how is the impact of kettlebell?
Okay, kettlebell sport is very popular in Russia, especially in the areas like St. Petersburg, Moscow, Chelyabinsk, few cities. But Russia is very big, very big.
Huh?
I mean, you go to Mongolia, and on top of that is also Russia. It's a very big continent. So there are athletes who are playing, and the athletes are superbly strong. And if you can see, even 20 years old, 21 years old. Athletes lift double 32 kilos for over 50 times long cycles. Insanely strong, because the coaches and the training principles is totally different in comparison with the other part of the world. I was very fortunate to learn kettlebells from the senior coaches in Russia, like Sergey Rachensky. I would like to name them because I really feel proud. Ivan Denisov, Denis Vasilev, Alexander Katso, then Sergey Merkulin. All these people are 15 times, 16 times, 10 times world champions. And of course, Sergey Rachensky, like I mentioned in my seminar also, he has 5-6 Guinness World Record on his name. I mean, those are like divas, and the most decorated kettlebell athletes in the world who the world follows. Of course, coming back to how the kettlebell grew was, of course, Russia was very popular, but then it got more popular when the kettlebell sport started in America.
Oh, so it started in America.
Well,
the
the kettlebell sports, when it started in America, the popularity grew faster. Well, it is there in Russia. The existence is very long. But when it started in America, then it was more
the whole world
like the Valery
seeing it.
Fedorenko is a guy from Kyrgyzstan who migrated to America in early 90s. He started promoting kettlebell sport in the club name called World Kettlebell Club. And I was fortunate to get my first certificate from him.
That's cool.
Very strong guy and very strong guy.
Like
Valery
a beer.
Fedorenko, Yeah.
You know how Russians, man, they
when it
train
comes
like
to
crazy.
kettlebell, like who is kettlebell? Like for who can do kettlebell training?
Kettlebell can be done by anyone. Tenzing, it's like it's a universal tool. We should not look at it like a sport tool. First we need to see it as a fitness tool. Like a housewife, she can lift kettlebell. Just like a bag. I mean, you are carrying a bag, like a household bag. It weighs 6 kilos, 8 kilos. If you have a 12 kilos kettlebells, and you can just use kettlebell and walk in the house for a few times a day, or maybe probably you can take the kettlebell and walk on the road in the evening.
Farmers walk.
Walk, exactly. Farmers hold, farmers walk. It is just the replica of the movement which she does to do her household work. If it comes to weight loss, the most important component when it comes to weight loss is the fat. You have to reduce the fat, and in order to reduce the fat, we need to increase the muscle. So if you use kettlebells in conjunction with the dumbbells and the barbells, it will help you to lose weight. If you feel that you want to use only for endurance training, I don't want to run, don't want to go outside, don't want to do swimming, just pick up the kettlebell, one small corner of your house, just do swing, clean, snatch, press, push press, non-stop movements for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, take a short break, drink water, come back again, do it for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's like a cardio. And the biggest advantage, it comes in different sizes, 8 kilo, 12 kilo, 16 kilo. If you feel, man, I'm sore today, I can't lift the weight. Okay, no problem. You have a lightweight.
Yes. Let's go light
So
today.
that's the biggest advantage of the kettlebells. It can be done in any corner of the house. It's pretty easy.
But there's an interesting thing you told about kettlebell, even in the course. The 8-16 principle, the 8-16 theory, which you've even written on your book.
Yeah.
You said that girls did not get above. They should lift 8 kg minimum, and guys also should lift 16 kg minimum to get the benefits of kettlebell.
Yeah.
Like, can you tell us about that?
Sure. It's like a standard weight. Like if you do squat, first we start with body weight squat. Then we start with the squat with barbell. The weight of the barbell is 20 kilogram. We don't do the squat with 10 kilos. Do we? No. So the 20 kg is the standard weight. Why? Because the lower body muscles are stronger. Similarly, when you're doing kettlebells, all the movements execution 90% is lower body dominant. So when there is a lower body muscles are bigger, then 6 kg kettlebell will not work. 4 kg kettlebell will not work. 8 kg kettlebell will not work. Although you can do simple movements, simple static movements, like doing the press, like doing deadlift, basic movement with light bells. But when you start with any dynamic movement, then you have to have the right weight. That is 16 kilos for the men and 8 kg for the women.
So Parag, do you think that kettlebells can replace all other equipments as a fitness tool?
No.
So it cannot be a replacement.
It should not be used as a replacement, neither it will be replaced.
Okay, it's just a complementary
It is a complementary tool to enhance your strength trainings.
Okay.
Ultimate goal is the strength training.
Yeah. So it goes hand in hand, both things.
Yes.
So an interesting thing about the kettlebell, which we all recently learned, is about the hard style and the soft style, right?
The kettlebell sports.
So there's 2 styles apparently. So what we've been watching on YouTube, like mostly the way they do kettlebell swing, American swings, those are all hard style. So in hard style, it's more focused on strength and conditioning, like conditioning component. But in soft style, we can go for longer durations with proper technique. So we're more focused completely on conditioning. So events like what they do in kettlebell sport, where they go for long durations, continuous cleans, snatches, cleans, jerks, right? So in that, we need to make sure that our technique is good, where we can endure longer, right? Endurance.
Yes.
So can you tell us about the difference between the soft style and the hard style?
Yeah, hard style, see, it is an individual choice actually. For example, if you want to use kettlebells as a hard style, and definitely the kettlebells are different. Most of the people who are using kettlebells for the hard style are the casting kettlebells and the starting weight is very heavy, like 20 kilos, 24 kilos.
That's for hard style.
Yeah, that's typically hard style. Plus, if you see their posture in comparison with the soft style, they are more erect in comparison with the soft style, which is more of relaxed.
Yeah, it's more like a flow.
Yeah. So if you want to get into the sport, soft style is to go. If you want to develop the strength, and if you want to build more of endurance, if you want to build more of conditioning, definitely muscle is a part of that, because with the kettlebells it is hard to build the muscle. It's not impossible, but it is definitely hard in comparison with the dumbbell. But then if you want to opt for that style but not go for the sport style, then if you can definitely go for the hard style movement.
But if you learn the soft style movement, we can do the hard style, we can do the same movements, right? We can gain strength as well.
We can gain strength, but what happens is the technique changes. The technique changes. For example, keep it very simple. Swing technique, if you see, what we do for the soft style is when the kettlebell travels back, we relax the quads. The quadriceps relaxes. And why it relaxes? Because we want more oxygen to come in the quads, because we breathe, right? And that's why the quad relaxes, and then we can go the longer. But if you'll see the same technique of the kettlebell swing with the hard style, the quads are not relaxed. It is engaged into the movement always. Because it produces the thrust, it produces the force. When it produces the thrust, when it produces the force, then definitely the movement there, the muscles are going to go into the oxygen debt. So that means you can have a short burst activity for say 20 reps, 25 reps, 30 reps, 40 reps maybe. So it depends entirely upon your goal.
So there's a hard style sport as well. So is the sport mainly soft style? Like where you go heavy weights?
No, that's a different sport.
The hard style is what they use in CrossFit. So the CrossFit program.
In the CrossFit programs, usually they have the techniques which is used in the hard style. Because in the CrossFit, typically the workout span is shorter. They have a shorter breaks, short burst workouts. If you see keeping pull-ups, they will do keeping pull-ups, then they'll do push-up, then they'll do some barbell cleans. With less lockouts or more or less no lockouts. They will just come and do American swing with the squat, fast movements, short burst movements, and they'll stop. Like movements like Fran, if you see, they want to continue and do the movement in a particular amount of time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't go with the sport style, soft style. That the kettlebell sport style. Kettlebell sport style is totally different because here we emphasize more on technique. And the lockouts and the body alignment.
So full range of motion, basically.
Yes, yes. Although the movement looks very fluid.
Yeah.
But the technique, when you lock out, your legs, your knees, your ankles, your hips, your shoulder joint, your elbow joint, your wrist joint has to be aligned in one line. It has to stop for a second. That's the one rep typically in the soft style, in the kettlebell sport style. Yeah, that's the difference actually.
Kettlebell, man. So we've been doing practicals.
Yes, sir.
For the past 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
So guys, tell us some experience, like, you know, like how it has been. You know,
3 days and 8 hours. It's been brutal.
Brutal.
On the forearm.
Couldn't sleep at night, man.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
I think like the long hours throughout the day. So I think it makes your central nervous system real active, no?
Yeah,
So it's hard to sleep at night also.
true.
Yeah. So that's what's been happening for the past 3 days.
yeah.
Because a lot of snatches, a lot of cleans. But the way you programmed the course was very nice. Like let's say, like you say, what do people do generally when they go for any class? First thing the trainer will give them is the kettlebell swing. But like you mentioned, not everybody can do the kettlebell swing. Kettlebell swing
That's the
is a
essence.
strength and conditioning movement, right?
Yeah.
So in order to start with the strength and conditioning movement, first you need to check your general physical preparedness.
Yes.
So you need to make
GPP.
sure that your posterior chain is able to carry the load, able to do those movements. For that, you've given us a separate set of 12 exercises,
Yes.
which we can do. There's a program for a
Yes.
month,
Yes,
30, 45 days, depending on the client, after which we move on to the strength and conditioning section.
yes.
So movements like the swings, the clean, the snatches, the jerks, they're all strength and conditioning movements, which need to be
Yes.
built on after you've basically developed the base.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So this part most trainers don't know. Let's say us,
Yeah.
we
Yeah, we
themselves
didn't.
don't
We
know.
ourselves
Yeah.
are a little thing, yeah. It's like, oh, you're getting started, let's go, like kettlebell swings.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
Dynamic.
Yeah, so it's a very good way you've designed the course. Besides that, you've added core movements.
Yes.
And then you've also, to build on that, you conducted a separate course for functional training and mobility.
Yes.
So out there you asked us a good question on what is functional training.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
let's ask you the same question again
Yeah.
for the viewers.
What is
Like what is functional training?
Yeah. Yeah. So ideally, the functional training should cover the 11 elements of fitness.
Okay.
And the most ignored part in the functional training movement would be the balance component, the speed component, the stability component. So human body, when it moves, it also comprises of all these three movements. For example, you are running and someone calls you, you have to stop immediately, right? So see, so many dynamics are there. Now when we are comparing the movements which we are learning into the gym onto ADL, activity of daily living, we say functional training ADL, functional training ADL, functional training ADL. But like I mentioned into the course, was also used for rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So when it comes to functional training, it's like use a buzzword. But when it comes to the 11 elements of fitness, all these components has to be covered. There has to be alertness. There has to be a lot of things. There has to be speed component. And we do not cover all these things in the gym, on the gym floor.
Yeah.
As a coach, as a trainer, we are mainly focused on the strength.
Yeah.
Pick up the weights, do that. Okay,
Let's go.
if you want to do the weights, no problem. But before that, is your body really ready? For example, you are ready for 5 kilo.
Yeah.
You are ready for 10 kilo. Whether your body is ready for 25 kilo. Mostly, the short answer is no. Even you feel yes, the short answer is no. Because when you are executing a particular weight, you will be doing for 6 repetitions, 7 repetitions. How about lifting the same amount of the weight for a little longer amount of the time with the correct lockout if you work on the stability component by adding those into your basic programs. Basic programs like I'm working on these 11 elements of fitness. So if you're working for your clients, if you're working on all these attributes, I think weight training becomes easy. Like my main emphasis when I taught functional training would be to squat better. It is very simple answer.
Yeah.
And tell me one single muscle which is not involved into the squat. Do you have any answer? Yeah, all muscles are involved.
All of it.
Right? Then you still want to have the dynamics, right? People want to still do the tire flips. People want to do the sledgehammers. People want to do the ropes. Okay, no problem. That's a very good variation. But the amount of the time consumed there and the amount of the time you're going to consume while doing a squat and mastering that exercise, squat, deadlift, for a military press, for example, it's going to be the best investment of your time when you're disinvolved. I'll just take few more minutes on this.
Yeah.
I've been training for the World Championships for so many years now, especially in the past 5 years, and this is out to the public now. I have done only 3 moments in my life, and in only this corner of the house, if you can see. How much is this space?
Yeah.
It is less than 200 square feet.
Yeah.
So first of all, fitness do not require the space. One, absolutely, one person if you're training, right? I'm not talking about the business. I'm talking about the fitness. Deadlift, mastering. Squat, the best. Military press, no second one. So I'm just working on these 3 movements when it comes to barbell and the kettlebells. And I think I have done pretty well. So what I want to say, and the running definitely is the part. So what I'm not trying to impress you, I'm trying to impress upon you and just trying to help you explain that. When it comes to fitness, we make things complex because there is a lot of noise going around.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to promote everyone wants to have their own trumpet, right?
Yeah, true.
But science, squat, basic movement, work
Basics,
on the
man.
ankle, knee, hip mobility to understand how you can take the heavier weight and to the better depth and to the better speed, to better reps, you'll be able to address all the components. Pretty much easy.
So just 3 lifts, basically.
That's it.
No?
You have done. There's no rocket science.
Yes, people. Squat,
You just
deadlift,
said,
military press.
I feel so. Everyone have their different views.
Yeah.
And I'm not denying
But
that
you're talking
you should not
science.
I'm talking science because
Yeah.
that suits me. If you feel it is okay, try for 3 months.
Yeah.
If it feels okay, no problem.
Yeah.
This podcast is helping me.
Yeah.
You understand what I want to say? If it doesn't help, you want to still incorporate other training methods in the gym, just go ahead, no problem. I'm sharing my experience. And I'm coming out with this background of martial arts, coming out the background with the strength training, coming out the background with the teaching so many people, 400 plus workshop, meeting thousands of the trainers, having the views. Like you guys are also trainers, coaches, different places, different experiences, right? So I'm learning from you guys too. So I'm incorporating your learning in my learning. I'm incorporating my reading books in my learning. And I'm also seeing someone else. Like I'm listening to a lot of strength podcasters. So I understand that what is going to happen or what is happening is because of the fast moving world.
Too fast.
It's too fast, right?
Too
yes.
fast.
Sorry to correct that statement. Before it's a too fast moving world. We have less time on this activity, fitness, and we have to give justice to our fitness to the best. A. B is it has to be progressive.
Yep.
It can't be flat. Neither it can be declined. So in order for you to keep the fitness progressive, you need to understand where you can utilize that amount of 20, 25, 30 minutes of time. Variation, intensity. Whether you want to go deep or whether you want to go broad. If you want to go deep, you require science, you require knowledge, you require coach, you require mentor, you require a guide, you require a person who can take you there.
Let's go deep, man.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I feel.
So on that note, that's what you talked about was variety versus intensity.
Yeah,
That's what we said,
even
right?
I was thinking about the same.
So we need to keep our workout more intense rather than vary it a lot. Variation is important.
Yes.
Maybe like 30%, because not a lot of clients, like when we train our clients, we know, like you said, we have to give these certain exercises,
There's the deadlift,
right?
the squat, the
But
military press, the main meat.
More important than that is consistency.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, yes.
So in order to keep them consistent, we need to make them have fun.
Yes.
So even though the main meat of the workout is in those movements,
Main course.
around those movements, we need to make sure that there are other movements that are equally beneficial.
Yes.
But
Let's
a
not
little
say
varied.
the most beneficial. That let's say core movements, basically mobility movements around the main movements, but we need to make sure in those movements we have some variety. Like,
Exactly. No, I'm not against variation. I'm again telling you. Again, I'll tell you the science. Coming back to you're doing squat, you're engaging the core.
Yep.
Big
All
time.
day, every day.
Big time.
Big time.
Big
to
time,
think about the desert.
Yeah.
Think about the main course and think about the starters.
Yeah.
So if you feel that the desert is the core,
Hmm.
and if you're involving desert in the main course, the main course is the squat.
Hmm.
you get the answer.
Yeah.
So how much score do you want to add after finishing the main course is up to you.
So that's the thing. So people think core is abs. That's two different things.
So 6 packs against is
Yeah,
different
that is
person have a different
abdominals,
variation. So if you feel that no, I want those to be seen. Oh man, I really look hot, man.
Yeah, that's
I
the
want
difference.
that.
Yeah,
That's a
people on
different
the
story
abs,
altogether.
Core and abs, people still don't know the difference. You get confused, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, it's up to, because many people again, the influence is Bollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone wants to.
Bollywood, Hollywood.
Yeah, everyone wants to relate to the people, but when it comes to fitness, it's not like that. I mean, a person wearing a jacket and sitting in a corner, right, like that, without any talking, just looking here and there.
That's a dangerous.
Can you judge his fitness?
There's Mr. Parag over here.
No. Can you judge his fitness?
I
No,
don't know.
until you
Yeah.
test him.
Yeah.
But the people wearing t-shirt, man.
Yeah, tight
Yeah.
tees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So other
And then-
important, no?
Yeah. So it's like wearing biceps and
Yes, sir.
you're just showing off.
Yeah.
Though the people relate. Okay, जो
Yeah.
हिंदी में कहावत है वो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So understand आपको ये आना है कि
Yes, sir. It doesn't mean I'm not fit, people. I'm pretty fit. The people might be looking at me.
He's a beast. He's a beast. He's fit and he's
But looks
mobile
good as well.
with
Yeah.
agility.
Yes,
He
sir.
dunks.
Flexibility.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
One of
This is
the best
different. This is different. This is
Yeah.
another level.
So every person is different. So it is how you train.
Yeah.
Who is your mentor, coach? To whom, how much you spend the time with a particular person is also very important. Who's your surroundings? Choose your surroundings. That's very important.
Yeah.
And then based on that, you can align your thoughts, vision, understanding, and the goals for your clients.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what happens is the client when come to the gym, they pay you, right? Or do you pay them to join the gym?
Yes.
They pay you, no?
Yeah.
So when they pay you, then when you go to the doctor,
Yeah.
so doctor, this is my fees. Please give me crocin. Do you do this?
No.
No. So the doctor, this is the fees. I'm feeling sick. Please give me the medicine. So he'll write and just go. So you don't question, right? So if you're a coach trainer and if someone comes and pays you fee, the person should listen to you because he has to surrender you. And if he says, sir, today is the day where you're going to rise your left leg up and stand for entire 1 hour. That's it for the workout. If they say yes sir, I'm going to stand like this for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Kung fu.
Down, shall I go? Yes sir, stretching
Dale.
go. If the client listens to you like that, then you're an influencer.
Trust.
Then that's where you develop the trust. That's where you are a person where the client is going to listen to you. That should happen. But ulta happens.
Okay.
Sir,
The client
this is the
comes in,
Instagram. This is the video, my friend. This is the workout.
I think we should do this today.
Yeah, these are the bucks. Please take the tire flip workout today, man. I want to change. Okay, trainer will say, no problem. Come, sir. Come, madam. So that day's workout is ruined. That day is gone.
The whole routine's gone.
And is
Whole
tomorrow
programming.
coming? No.
Yeah.
Have you seen tomorrow?
No.
No.
It's
Simple.
just today.
Job done.
Yeah. It's the
So
present moment.
when you design, see, it has to be planned. The person will come with the influence because the social media is driving him, right?
Yeah.
So as a coach also you need to understand that you need to have certain set of plans, certain set of things. Okay, these are my principles, A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
And if you are paying money to me 3 months, you have to surrender.
Surrender. Totally.
Surrender.
So that's where the
Surrender.
learning
That's
is.
how you grow.
Yeah, that's where you learn.
That's where you learn. Empty your mind.
Yeah.
That's where you
Bruce
learn.
Lee.
Yeah. This is like, I do this as well. When the clients come and say like, I don't want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, no problem. We can do that. And I do that. Knowing deep down inside is like,
you know
I
what's
shouldn't
good
be
for them, nah?
Yeah.
You know what's good for them, what they need actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we as trainers, we can see it as like, this guy needs this person needs this.
Yes.
Right?
So,
like Parag is saying, we need to be more stern.
Stern.
A little more stern.
with ourselves and with others as
Get the programs down right.
Yes.
So we've also learned some good programs from Parag ji.
Yeah.
So even what we were thinking, like there's the 3 month, we were thinking of starting this class, right? So around 8 o'clock, we will take like limited people, maybe like 6 to 10 people, and we'll run this course 3 days a week, where we implement a lot of these modalities of kettlebell, strength, mobility and all for 3 months and give them some results, right? Like Parag ji was saying, we're going to probably give them 2 weeks free.
Yeah.
2 weeks you come, you free.
3
2 weeks,
sessions.
lose 2 kgs for sure.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
to start with
kgs
that.
out.
Yeah. I think we should do that.
Stubborn fat.
So why not? So probably we'll start that in a week or so, and let's see how it goes from there.
Kettlebell group.
The other thing that was really interesting about what Parag ji said, I think from the course, was like in strength training, when we're doing strength training, bodybuilding, we're mostly doing the anaerobic training, right?
Yeah.
And then the other part is after that we say go run cardio, run treadmill,
so
run.
that's aerobic
So
after
that's
that.
like complete aerobic training
Yeah.
because minimum 15-20 minutes to make the run.
Yeah.
So we do anaerobic training and we do aerobic training, and then we don't have anything in between.
Yeah.
So that's like the muscular endurance, right? So what you're talking about, we do muscle training, we do endurance training, but we have no training for muscular endurance. For me personally, I feel like kettlebell is the best way to get muscular endurance, get that component bridged.
Yes.
It's like the bridging part, because you're doing endurance training, you're swinging for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? With load. So there are many ways to do that, but kettlebell looks like the perfect way to do it, because if you got your form right, then you can go for a long duration with load, you know. So muscular endurance training, I feel like that's the best.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And like
It's
you
needed.
said,
It's needed. Many people have that bridge missed, and that's why sometimes they don't get the optimum results when it comes to the result measurements. So they are good in strength, they are good in running. Sometimes they lack the flexibility. They have the plateaus reaching faster. They're not able to break the plateau. A lot of things happen. Incorporating the kettlebell training will help them, help those things a lot, for sure.
Okay, that's nice.
So we're almost like coming. Let's not be very long. Parag just got a flight now. Like
Yes, sir.
around 1, you know.
So hats off to our Parag ji over here. So he just landed Nepal. As soon as he landed, you guys are out there for a workshop.
Non-stop.
He's been hustling for how many?
Non-stop,
5,
man.
6 days? Has it been 5 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, how was the
5
experience,
days,
huh? With the
6
non-stop.
days.
6 days.
Yeah.
And coming back to his age, so Parag ji over is just 21.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just kidding. He's 43. But man, he's got the energy of a really young and youthful person. So 6 days of non-stop workshop, non-stop speaking, and he's still over here with us today. Full energetic.
Even though
Ready to leave for
he was
India.
sore after the
Yeah.
workshops.
He was sore, he got sick in between, but nah, it didn't make a difference. Still all the workshops are still the same. So good. It's a
And
beautiful
we also
experience.
like with this we also learned a lot. Like we organize these workshops at different gyms, right?
Yeah.
And the openness of the gym owners, you know, they're
Yeah,
open to learning.
yeah,
They
yeah.
want the industry to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the main goal, like our goal is what? To promote fitness,
Yeah.
awareness.
Yes.
Our goal is not a competition, you know.
Yeah.
Our goal is
Yes.
let's say if there are like 5% people in the country who are into fitness,
Yeah.
our goal is to make that 5% 20%, 30%, 40%.
Yes.
Our goal is not to compete among the 5%.
Yes.
Who is
Yes.
going where.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We are on a mission probably for
That's
the
the
next
mindset.
coming year. So
Yeah.
Yes.
we want to promote fitness as a whole. You go anywhere, go to any gym, doesn't matter. Train with any trainer.
Yeah.
Our goal is just to promote
Just
a
get into
healthy
fitness,
lifestyle,
huh?
get into
Hey?
fitness, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
Yes,
the way
sir.
I think we are moving forward. We even created a group of trainers, right?
Yes.
So the end goal is for more people to get engaged to fitness. Kettlebell is a good platform. Like
Yeah.
with this, it's a single tool
Yes.
which people can use at their home. They can use anywhere they want. They don't have much complaints. Like they can't say tomorrow there's a lockdown. They can't say what.
Oh,
They can use it anywhere.
No.
Get fit. Do what you want to do. Add strength. Add conditioning.
Yeah.
If you want to know how to use it, we are there to help you. Now
Yeah.
we've produced around 20 trainers who are certified with
Level 1
kettlebell, right?
certified. Yeah.
Yep.
They'll be practicing. They'll be undergoing an exam for the next in the coming 3 months. They need to give their practical exams,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then they'll be getting a certification. So it's not easy, right? We've been checking all the checkpoints, everything. So I think it's a good way to go. And Parag ji definitely came to Nepal,
Yes,
building
man,
this
it's a good
culture,
start.
helping us move
Great
forward,
start.
right? It's a great start for what we're trying to build.
Yep.
But definitely we'll be working on a lot of workshops. We'll be doing a lot of seminars. Because
Yes, sir.
like first
Every
thing when
Fridays.
Parag ji came
Yeah.
for the thing, he said was to empty your mind, right?
Yeah.
Empty your mind. If you think you know everything,
Yeah.
then you're never gonna learn.
Yeah.
So at all
Clean
times,
the
we
sled.
should,
That's what he said. Clean the sled.
yeah.
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 if you're like, if you're restricted, I know this, I know that, I know that, then you're never gonna learn.
Yeah.
You know, like we gotta be at 1% at all times.
Yeah, sir.
Right now, we're at 1% of our capacity,
Yeah.
so we still got 99% to learn, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That way, it's good. Ani, we'd like you to give a message to the
Yes, to the Nepali people or the
trainers of
youth,
Nepal,
trainers.
to the no?
Sure.
Something.
Yeah. So let's keep this very simple.
Yes, sir. Let's keep it
I
simple.
love to break the complex things into simple, and that's
Yes,
how the
sir.
course is
Yeah.
very popular. And I feel that the more things are simple, it's better, because as a coach, as a trainer, or whoever the viewer are, it can relate to any field. Choose the best peer group. I mean, that's the key thing. If you have landed up into the wrong people's hand, the coaches, the trainers, even at sometimes family, they'll pull you down, man.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens everywhere. It is not in the Nepal. It is not in the India. It is all over the world.
True.
So stay focused. Most important is choose the peer group. Very important. If you feel you're smart in the group, leave the group. If you feel you are not able to find the group, stay alone. Very important. Second and last. Not many things. Choose your niche. Choose your expertise. In strength also. If you choose and name yourself, this will blow your mind. If you choose to become a Squatman.
What's the
It's
squat,
like,
man?
just
I'll
like
tell you.
Superman.
Squatman. Let's hear this. Squatman is a person ask any question about the squat.
Yeah, squat
In
man.
Nepal,
So I
squat.
can be a deadlift man.
Oh.
Deadlift man.
Or a military press
military
man.
press
I think we treat you like
So
squat.
it's-
Be a man or something.
Yeah. What I mean to say, it's like a Squatman is like a Superman.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you see it's like a kettlebell man. No,
Yeah,
if you see.
kettlebell.
So what I mean to say is, if you choose your expertise, if you train yourself in that particular area for 5 years, this message is out and loud to everyone. For 5 years, go to the best depth. You will be in the top 5% in the world.
Mamma mia. Oh yeah. That
Mark
sounds
my
good,
words. And the world is moving to the speciality.
Yeah.
In 10 years from now, the chat GPT is here.
Yeah.
Most of the jobs are already
Yeah,
gone.
it's already being replaced.
Everything is going into artificial intelligence. It is not going to affect much of our
Not
business.
much. I've tried
But-
ChatGPT. Yeah.
But
And if you come
people
in
will
future,
have choices to pick.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going with this Anurag guy is a squat man. Tack. Anurag, what's your fees? Okay, $1 lakh.
Squat man in the house. Yeah. Squat man coming soon.
So what I mean to say is, if you choose your niche, your expertise, rather than spreading your wings all over the places, you will be like a jack of all and master of none.
Yeah.
I choose my niche 10 years back, and now I'm sitting in Nepal,
Yeah.
and on top of 500 workshops. You have the answer.
Yes, sir.
So it's a niche.
Thank
So
you.
it's like a general physician.
Kinda.
The conversation is gonna keep going on. Yeah.
Let's call it into
wrap it
this.
up.
Yeah.
Parag ji also has his book
forgot
on
to-
Amazon, right? If you want, you can get his book also. And this time we've done the level 1 course in Nepal, functional training and mobility workshop, along with the level 1 certification course for kettlebell. The guys are given the practical. The guys are given the theoretical exam. Now they have time to give the practical exams. And the next time we'll be doing the level 2 course. Along with that, we'll take a batch of level 1 again.
Yes.
And slowly we will also be promoting the sport of kettlebell in Nepal.
Yes.
So kettlebell is actually a sport which we've thought about, and we've decided to promote the sport of kettlebell in Nepal. So we'll also be generating few athletes from here to participate in these worldwide competitions
Yes.
and get associated with different associations around the world.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll be having a lot of athletes from Nepal as well.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Of course.
Yes,
That is the
sir.
goal. That is the goal.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's call an end to this. Thank you so much, Parag ji, for
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much
you very
being here
much.
for the valuable
Well
time.
done, team. It's
Thank
been
you.
pleasure.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure.
And I really look forward to come down back again. And I wish all the coaches, trainers, and the Nepali communities, thank you very much for the hospitality.
Yes,
Thank you very much, Tenzing, for the hospitality. It's been really great. Thank you, Anurag. Thank you, man. Thanks a lot. So it's been pleasure. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Namaste.